There we
Yeah,
go.
live.
Okay, so application. Okay.
All right.
Okay, what is health literacy and why is it important? Does anyone want to start that one off?
I can start it.
Okay.
Since I have to leave. She basically in the reading said what people can access and how they interpret it. So lots of people are not as health literate as we think. So instructions may be interpreted incorrectly, which can cause future problems, I guess. So like medication, if you take it too often or not often enough, that can be a bad side effect of health illiterateness.
Yes.
Communication,
Yeah.
but literacy, yeah.
That was like really interesting. Just simple, not even medication, just like reading the health information on the back of food when you're shopping. We talked about
Oh, yeah.
And so, just for example, I bought a muffin yesterday, but it was confusing because it said that one muffin was 330 calories, but it said the serving size was half of the muffin.
Half a muffin?
Yeah, it was.
That was conflicting.
Yeah, well, it just is misleading in my opinion. Like if people buy this, it's great fat.
Famously, one muffin nutrition facts, so the serving size is half.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah.
All right, does anyone want to review the Shannon-Weaver model's 7 key components?
Yes, I can do it.
Okay.
Okay. I have my notes up in front of me.
I know, I'm trying to pull mine up.
All right, so in the Shannon-Weaver model, there's the sender, which is the person who makes the message and chooses the channel and then sends it. The encoder, which is the sender who uses the machine, which converts the message into signals or binary data, and it might also directly refer to the machine. The channel, which is the medium used to send the message. The decoder, which is the machine used to convert signals or binary data into message, or the receiver who translates the message from signals. The receiver, which is the person who gets the message or the place where the message must reach. The receiver provides feedback according to the message. Noise, which is physical disturbances like the environment, people, etc., which does not let the message get to the receiver as what is sent. And that is it.
That was very good, very
concise.
Yeah. All right, so did you all watch the texting and driving video?
Yes.
Yeah.
Super depressing. Anyway. Evaluate the PSA and discuss the components as well as the message to you. So I'll start that. So seriously, I do understand that it was very, kind of made you think of it in a different way because you don't just see, you see both who's affected, who's the one causing the problem and who's the one that is affected by the problem as well. But here, while I look for my notes, if anybody wants to make a comment.
Delete. That's no comment.
Oh. Well,
sorry.
You're fine. Sorry. We should have started a little sooner, but all right. Nice having you here. Okay. Does anyone want to comment on the PSA part?
One second. I'm rewatching the ad right now.
Oh, yeah.
Remember. And I do. Texting and driving is the worst.
Seriously.
Okay. So should we just go down through the model then and go through each part?
They what?
Should we just go down the Shannon-Weaver model and then analyze the PSA?
Sure. Yeah. That sounds good. Then who would be the sender? Wouldn't that just be whoever made the video?
So it'd be Channel 6 News. Exactly.
Yeah.
Or yeah, whoever is sponsoring the message, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sponsor, that would work too. Or encoding, the way the information is packaged, or transmission. So that would be just like a TV ad, or a computer or something. It's just an ad. Advertisement would probably work.
Yeah.
Is that what it is, or is it like the camera that was used to film? I'm not sure.
I don't know. The first part says the way that information is packaged for transmission. So that's what it says in the chapter 11 or 10, 11. It says when a message is encoded, it is put into a particular language or symbols that are expected to be decoded by the intended receiver. So in the movie Wind Talkers, the military uses the Navajo language to transmit military information so that the enemy cannot decode the information. You can use abbreviations when you send text messages that are certain that you are certain the recipient will understand. Putting the message in those abbreviations is encoding. So that wouldn't really even be the ad. That would be like.
Would it be them talking? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe them talking and like when they stop.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of where the message kind of hits.
It converts the message to signals. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what they're talking about would be the message.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then the channel, that would probably be the camera, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Decoding, wouldn't that be kind of subjective?
Let me see. Decoded reception. Yeah. So I'm assuming it's what we get when we watch the.
Yeah. So it would kind of be like a subjective response. Whatever the person.
It varies.
gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the receiver is whoever's watching the ad.
Yes.
And then the noise, any variety of types of interference at any point during the process. Things that interrupt the sender. So I guess would that work if it was an ad on Facebook? You'd have all the other things on Facebook to distract you. Would that be noise?
I don't know.
What about like the stereo that's going on in the car? I thought that was the noise, like whatever's the noise is in the ad. But
yeah. Oh, maybe because yes, but it also says such as a slow internet connection.
Something that
disrupts the reader or the receiver.
Well, if this was like a TV ad, then I guess you could say like maybe kids in the background that are distracting you, or like stuff that are going that could pull you away from the message. Is that what it's talking about?
Yeah, I think so, because it was just because I don't know. I think just anything that pulls you away from watching the video.
Hold on, then that seems like you could make a billion things that could pull you away from.
But maybe that is a billion things, because there's a billion ways someone can decode a smiley face.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. But the weird part about that being a subjective thing is where it says that Shannon and Weaver ultimately reduced it to a mathematical equation. Math has a right answer.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's subjective. Yeah.
So maybe there are a certain amount of things. I don't know. Maybe we're getting too deep into that. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess my biggest question for the model like this week was if the noise was like what was in the propaganda, whatever you're looking at, or if it was what the receiver is hearing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But let me read. I'm sorry, I just looked it up in another place online. I just let me see what it says.
When I say we're going, don't want to that bad.
Birthday, so we'll go, but no, we don't want to go.
So it is. So I just looked it up somewhere else online. Just another example between noise and like channel and receiver. So it says that during the process, the message may be distracted or affected by a physical noise like horn sounds, thunder, and crowd noises, or encoded signals may distract the channel during the transmission process, which will affect the communication flow, or the receiver may not receive the correct message.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in this example, it's talking about a physical thing. Like a man's talking through somebody through a telephone, and it's saying that what if the cable was messed up and it has like a static? That would be noise. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Okay, so it's not everybody around you. It could be like if you're watching a Facebook video and you have a bad Wi-Fi connection.
yeah,
Or
just
or
glitching.
like a technical problem, like with the
Yeah.
channel or the TV itself. I don't know.
Yeah.
true.
If you got rabbit ears, then it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's right. Interesting.
Okay, what components are strong and what could they have done differently? To be honest, this is really harsh of me, but I think if they put a baby in the car apart from like 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds,
Yeah.
I think that would tug the heartstrings a little more.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say they could show more of the crash. That sounds morbid, but
Yeah, maybe the aftermath a little bit, not like right after, but like the husband mourning or something.
Well, I've seen other like texting and driving ads or drunk driving ads where like people are driving and it shows like them hitting each other in the car without seatbelts and stuff. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I feel like it would make a way bigger impact than just the conversation that's happening.
Yeah.
Objective, really. I feel like.
It really is. All of these are subjective. I feel like half this class is subjective.
Outside the box, Maddie.
Yeah. All right. So what was strong? We've talked about what they could have done differently, but what was strong?
I think that like the opposite. I think talking was very strong, like having a conversation because you didn't really do that. So it kind of null and voids my original thing about what wasn't strong. But
yeah, it's true.
The visual effects were good because they were slowing it down and they were
I liked that.
you know, the text messages and everything. It was good.
Yeah, I did like how it kind of showed like they did have time, but like they chose not to have time because where she's like, I have to finish my text, but that's and you're kind of thinking like, idiot girl, just slow down. But then you think like that is necessarily what she's choosing to do. She's choosing to finish her text over saving lives. So that's kind of. All right, how did the message change behavior? Well, it didn't change theirs.
I think this is once again it's hard for me. I like hate people that text and drive, but at the same time, I don't think I've ever thought to myself in the car when my phone has gone off that I think back to an ad that I've seen. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, I've never like oh, I remember that one horrible thing. No.
Yeah. I do remember like my friends have died from that, but I don't remember like an ad that I've like specifically. Maybe it might be subconscious or something.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe it's there, but you don't remember it like, specifically, but it's there in your mind.
Yeah. No, that I could totally agree with.
Yeah. So, do you think that there are ways that you could change behavior? Maybe, I don't know.
I think so. Even if it does it subconsciously, I think that's
a change.
Yeah,
that's good change.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are all the questions, surprisingly. So now it just says review the application assignment.
Do you guys already look at the assignment?
Not a lot.
Essentially, you're going to do this, except for every one of the 7 steps, you're going to have to write. Well, it's exactly what we just did for like 3 different cases. That's it.
Oh. Well,
it's not that bad. Honestly, I like doing them on myself. No offense to you guys, but like I just
no, you get it done so much faster. Totally understand.
Anyways, well, is there any other questions? My biggest thing was the noise. That was in like the channel, but
yeah, what that would necessarily be. Yeah, but
yeah,
I don't.
If you're like having a conversation through a phone, like that makes like you can like pick things out, but when it's just like a TV ad, but now that you say like Wi-Fi and whatnot for like noise and stuff, it makes more sense.
But even for the TV, sometimes when you don't have cable, when you have like a digital antenna or a satellite, sometimes you get problems in the reception, and then I think it's one type of noise, it's like technical problems or anything like that.
That's true. True. Well, cool. Any other questions?
I don't think so.
We deserve an A for being here on a Friday night on time.
Tell me about
very
it.
efficient.
Tell me about it. I was gonna go hot tubbing right there, and it was like 6:30, and I was like,
I know I have to go to the gym, but
oh. Instead, you eat Thin Mints, but it's fine. It's fine. It's
That's
not
why-
like we have. It's not like us women have to work really hard. It's cool. You can eat your Thin Mints.
oh man.
All right. Well, it was nice talking to you guys.
Nice
Good
talking
chat.
to you guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.